Must someone have a clear vision of his or her purpose before that purpose can be accomplished? I'm asking because I wasn't able to get the clear vision about my purpose. I know where I'm going to, but don't really know the how to get there. Knowing where you're going to is already a very good start, right? And it's something commendable. Now, must someone have a clear vision for their purpose before that purpose can be accomplished? If we go back to that cycle where you move from purpose to conviction and then to vision, it's a cycle, right? It's a continuous process. It's not a one-time thing. So all of it wouldn't be clear on day one. So you can't say until you have a clear vision before you embark on pursuing or accomplishing that purpose. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, is quoted for saying that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. So you have to believe that the dots will connect somehow. In other words, he's simply saying once you have a glimpse of your purpose, you just move with that glimpse. Usually it's just a direction. Go left, right? So you turn and you start going left. Now, you don't know what you encounter left. You just have to believe that left is taking you somewhere in the right direction. Then go right, then go left. It's always at the end that you look back and you realize that every challenge you encountered and a seemingly negative thing that happened to you, the traumas, the pain, the separations, and the things you lost and the things you got fired from and all of that were actually connecting together to get you to where you were supposed to be. You understand that? You must not have a clear vision to accomplish the purpose. Just like you must not have a clear vision to even begin working on it. The little glimpses you have, start going in that direction. If you have a glimpse that you are to be someone who deals with public speaking, you may not be clear on exactly what scope. Start working on your ability to speak or your ability to lead or coordinate people. If you have something to do with a particular field, get busy in that area, because one thing leads to another. Oftentimes you will meet the next direction or instruction on the road of obeying the first instruction. You get that? So you always often find and encounter the next instruction on the path of you obeying and fulfilling the previous instruction. The aspects of accountability. If I do ask you, are you afraid of death? Most of us, everyone pretty much says, we are all afraid of dying. We are all afraid of death. But when you understand the concept of God's kingdom, you understand that death is just about the end of your term as an ambassador and the beginning of you going to give an account. It's like getting called back from the ambassador mission that you were sent with. So God is king. Heaven is his kingdom. He has sent us as ambassadors on the earth to fulfill the purposes, the unique purposes and potentials that he has given us. So just like we saw earlier, where the question was, can you have multiple purposes or multiple potentials? We understood you have one big purpose to accomplish and you have potentials. You can say close to unlimited potentials to explore that help you fulfill that purpose. So for each potential that you don't fulfill, you don't explore, you neglect, you waste, you're going to have to give an account to the King and the Creator God himself on the final day or when your mission here is over. You understand? So this consciousness brings about a different approach to life, because without the consciousness that you're here for serious business, there is easily room for procrastination, easily room for complacency. Because take for example, here you are, every year you say you will start whatever you've been convicted in your spirit to start. Every January it's in your New Year resolutions. I'll go to the field, I'll make research. Okay, you know what, I'll even just Google and make a report. But that is it. You never go past that because you just assume you always have time. But even Ecclesiastes tells us for every purpose there is a time, there is a season. If you're sent to handle juvenile delinquency through maybe a music ministry or a comedy ministry or movie ministry or accounting, finance, whatever it is, those teenagers are not going to be teenagers forever. So eventually the window of which they are juveniles pass, and now they start facing more serious penalties for the mistakes they made, which can be life imprisonment, and that's a destiny ruined. But if you had committed yourself to fulfilling your purpose, you could have addressed whatever that young teenager was going through at the juvenile level, and so you get to save an entire 60-year, 70-year lifetime of service to humanity from going to waste, being locked up in a facility. You understand? So when you grasp the concept of kingdom living and you grasp the idea of being ambassadors of God on earth, your attitude and your approach towards life, especially towards getting started, getting going, and pursuing with the fullness of your capacity the responsibility that he has bestowed upon you, changes completely. That's our time in this video. I believe you were inspired by it. Then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new to this channel for more great content like this. Remember to take responsibility on what you learned today. This video is proudly sponsored by our patrons. You too can support this channel by visiting our Patreon page. The link is in the video description below. I want to say a big thank you to all our patrons out there. I am bodas djoumessi from Wisdom for Dominion. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.